Since I came in, my first press conference, my family finally moved in. I'm grateful to be in Nebraska, and it's a great place to raise my family and coach football. With that being said, I open up with questions.
And what have you told your guys about playing in Arrowhead? Obviously, you've got the most familiarity with playing in that stadium.
No distractions. It's a beautiful stadium. I've been getting calls from George Kalafis, guys of that nature, talking about coming to the game, guys that I coach. But it's just same one day at a time. Focus on the small things, but it's a beautiful stadium. You know, it's history there. I was watching the Kingdom last night with my wife.
How have you felt, Coach, how the depth has developed throughout camp? Just how do you feel about it now? We're 10 days out.
Oh, this is great. Like I said when I first came here, can't get bored with the fundamentals. And we stand consistent with the fundamentals. And that's going to carry us over to the first game. And I think it's going to be a great time with shocking effort.
From the scrimmages that you've put together, just what have you seen the guys' ability to rush the passer and generate pressure as well?
I've seen a lot of great things from Will being a defined move, getting to the quarterback, rush area, move area, and then about to finish from Keona Davis, Van Papa Cam, moving inside to outside. I've been seeing a lot of great things from these guys. First of all, getting off the ball, rushing the passer, and just having shocking effort.
Some of the guys have spoken about that, you're working with them about having a move that is your specialty. Have you seen them really embrace that idea?
Yes, I really believe a guy has one move. You got a go-to move, a counter, and a power. But we're really focusing on one move. What's your move? Have a plan, get to the quarterback. But the main thing is about finishing.
What's the best kind of move for a guy to have?
Club rip. Learn from Joe Cullen. Coach Rule will tell you that. It's all about club rip, club rip. We're from the same tree, and I'm real big, starting with one move, club rip, getting to the quarterback.
Yeah, who's the best on the team at that?
Best on the team? Everybody's developing, starting from Cade, he's a freshman, so that's his first move I'm learning, club rip. And then they go to Will. Everybody has a different move, but they're getting very, very good at their move. You don't need 1,000 moves. Von Miller had a clip recently on Instagram. You don't need 1,000 moves. You don't need it. Moves are overrated. It's about the finish.
You mentioned Cade. I mean, for a guy that you didn't have in the spring, did it surprise you how far along he came and where's he at? I know Coach Butler said you guys are counting on him to play this year.
Yes, Cade is doing a good job, starting from the ground up, from a defensive lineman, from a stance, because you can have a loaf in the stance. But he's doing a great job by first learning how to stop the run, using his hands, extension, and getting to the quarterback, which is his go-to move, trying to get to a go-to move.
Hey, Terry, you can't walk around this place after the past year or so without bumping into somebody who's got a connection to Kansas City. What have you seen that those guys on the coaching staff, guys who have come from high school, guys who have come from other universities have brought that is like symbolic and representative of the football culture in Kansas City?
You got to repeat that. That was a long question. Can you repeat that one more time for me?
Yeah. What do you think about the style of football and the way people approach football in Kansas City that has now seeped its way into this program?
Well, I think it started out with just fundamentals, guys. Like, football is football, and I said it in my first press conference. Kansas City has great football, but being in Nebraska, they love football, which I love, and I think it's a special place. I hope I answered your question.
What have you seen from Jalen George? He was in that green jersey and just how he stayed ready or got ready now that he is fully healthy.
Jalen is an energy giver. When he was injured, he gave energy to the room, motivated guys, and now that he worked his butt off with Drew and coming on the field, he's doing a good job. Basically taking a lot of football risks because he missed a lot of football, but he's doing a good job running to the ball, getting in game shape, because that's the hardest thing by sitting out that long. He's doing a good job, and he has pass rush ability as well. I'm very excited to see where Jalen George go and help us interior.
You mentioned Will. Obviously, he came here with a lot of attention, and he was a really good high school player. How have you seen him develop, maybe handle some of those expectations and work through them?
Will does a good job by canceling out the no distractions part, right? We talk about no distraction, being a great teammate, right? Those things that you keep saying over and over, Will has embraced and trying to get better at each and every day, and you see us carrying over to the field, which is going to help us this year.
What is his ceiling as a player? When you look at, you've coached a lot of good ones, when you look at Williams and Neri, if he buys in, where can you guys get him?
One, he's buying in, and then two, he has a high ceiling. I'm always going to speak positive, no matter what through the challenges. He has a high ceiling, and he's going. Me as a coach, as a coaching staff, I have to get him and get everything out of him to get to that ceiling.
Hey, Coach, Riley played a lot freshman year, redshirted last year, ran the single digit this year. What are your thoughts on him through the preseason camp?
Riley has been one of the leaders that's coming in the room with Cam and Judy. Riley has done a good job trying to get off the ball. He's done a good job knowing and doing this assignment. I'm very pleased with Riley yet. Excuse me. I'm very pleased with Riley yet, and I think he's doing a very, very good job.
Judy graduated on Saturday. What's it mean to watch a guy and have a journey like that, and his little kids at practices and stuff like that?
Well, Coda and my son Carter are almost the same age, so we had them over the house and they became friends. But getting a degree, like that's why I love about college. Like my brother was murdered at 17 years old before I was born, 30 feet from my house. So I always told my mom I wanted to get a degree. That paper nobody can take from you. I don't care. Football is gonna last a couple years, but that degree is so special. And I talk about it in my room, right? Being a student athlete, student first. Get your degree. Get that degree, and then you can chase football as much as you can. But getting that degree was so special, and seeing a Judy, I actually got the picture printed, hung it in my office because that's what it's about. And I think a lot of times guys forget that's what it's about. Yes, we want to win. Production-based business, I understand that. But getting a degree and showing other people where he from, man, that's just a special moment. And I'm so proud of him.
I guess just besides the football, what's special about opening the season back in Kansas City with you?
Well, I was texting Coach Reed the other day. I was texting George Kalafis, Joe Cullen, Steve Spagnuolo. I was talking about because I saw him on the Kingdom last night. He had number 17 jersey on, playing quarterback. People don't know they played quarterback, and we always joke about that. But what's special about it, from Emmett Thomas, being in that building, all those people that gave me my opportunity. Coach Root giving me my opportunity and going back my first ever college game, running my own room. I think it's all about opportunity. That's why the guys in the room, right? Next man up, opportunity, right? And I think that's what's so special. My wife, who was there for 8 years, so letting everybody see the guys that, coming to play in Arrowhead. Somebody, I asked the question there in the room, how many guys actually played on the NFL field, and a couple of them played in high school, but none of them played in college. So it's a special moment. And I think it's very, very special for me going back because I worked all those years, 8 years, sleeping in the office sometimes, being there, long nights, taking some losses, AFC losses there, D Ford lined up outside, love you D Ford, but just things that I've been through, in that stadium,
Some of those guys indicate that they're going to be there on next Thursday.
Yes. Yeah, the guys in my room, I know, that was in George Kalafis, Chris Jones. Those guys said they said they'll be there. You never know. They basically finishing out camp as well, but they said they'll be there, and I'm happy they'll be there to support me for my first one.
Some of the players have been in here and commented how your passion and fire for the game rubs off on them. Are there any of your players who have that kind of energy who maybe rub off on you that you're excited to see at practice?
Oh, man, iron sharpens iron, right? You got Cam. Cam is, if he see me down, he picks me up. And that's what it's all about, I was talking about energy vampires in the room, and Coach Reed does a phenomenal job bringing people in. He brought John Gordon in. 5 years ago, Coach Reed bought the whole staff the Energy Bus book. And I'm talking about Energy Vampire, and he shows up. So these guys in the room, from Cam, from Pop, even if I walk down a slab bit inch of energy down, Coach, what's wrong? You all right? And that's what it's all about, because we all in this together. It's about us. Us. And I'm not talking about the D-line, I'm talking about everybody.
You may not have time, but if there a restaurant you want to get back to if you're in Kansas City, any recommendation you have for us?
Oh, you trying to get me in trouble. But I don't say it. I'm a Gates man. No sauce, all barbecue. And I hope y'all try some Gates if y'all come now. I appreciate y'all time. Thank y'all so much.